Hind. Welcome back to my channel. So as you know that exams are knocking at the door, so I have already have prepared for your examinations. So for these purposes today we have came with an organic reactions that is called Hoffman degradation reactions. So what is obviously from the name you can get an idea that is this reaction is a name reaction, and the reaction was proposed by the August Hoffman. You can see his picture. Now what is the reactions? What is the Hoffman degradation reaction and why it is called degradation? So here you can see that when an amide here is we are taking the alkyl amide, when this alkyl amide treated with that bromine in presence of strong base like a sodium hydroxide, then what is actually happening? It is forming an amine. Obviously the byproduct is forming, but we are not talking about the byproduct. We are also only focusing on the major product. Now obviously the alkyl group, you can get an idea that it can be methyl, it can be ethyl, it can be propyl. That's one example. You can see that what will be one example, that if we have the ethanamide, when it is treated with the bromine in presence of sodium hydroxide, then what will happen? So you can obviously from the reactions you know that it will form a methanamine. But what is the mechanism? Uh, at first these amide transform to the intermediate isocyanate, and these isocyanate then convert into the amine. These isocyanate convert into the amine, and that is a very important point, that you have to remember that what will be the intermediate for this reaction, that is the isocyanate. So you have to remember this one. So one more question is coming, that here we are talking about that only alkyl group. If we have a aryl group, then what will happen? This the reactions will go or no? So just see that this example, that if we have a benzamide and it is treated with this reagent, that bromine in presence of base, then what will be happen? That it will form the reactions will go on and it will form the primary amine. And this is the very important reaction to formation of aniline from the benzamide. Now one more point is there. Sometime in the questions we have seen that the reagent is given as a sodium hypobromide. So if you are getting this type of problem, don't panic. Like I am giving an example, that if this reaction is there, here you can see that amide is there, but when it is treated with the sodium hypobromide, that what will be the product? So you know that when bromines react with the NaOH, it is forming a sodium hypobromide, and that is directly given to your questions. Now what will be happen? Obviously this is a Hoffman degradation reaction, and it will give that your desired product, that is the primary amine. So this is the reaction, this is the Hoffman degradation reaction. Why it is called degradation? Because you can easily understand from the substrate, when you are getting a product, here is a one less carbon atom is there, and that is why this reaction is called Hoffman degradation reaction. And to reduce the carbon chain, this reaction is a very important reaction, and for formation of the primary amine it is also very important, because it will not produce the secondary and tertiary amine. That is why this reaction is also very important. Now let's see one questions which has come in the JEE Mains 2023 session 1 examinations, that what, and after that you are getting an idea that what type of questions can come in your upcoming examinations. So here is the question, that if you have the 3-bromo benzamide and when it is treated with the sodium hypobromide, then what will be the product? Here the 4 option has been given. So obviously now you know that what is the Hoffman degradation reaction, and you can easily an idea that what will be the product. The product will be the your option C, because it is forming a amine. So I hope you have understood this full Hoffman degradation reactions. Now the point is that after few days you have examination. I hope you are preparing. So give your best to the examinations. All the very best. Now I am concluding, and Jai Hind.